So in college football, a team comes back 28-3 and wins the game, and also an NFL quarterback that was suggested during the draft to be a wide receiver is considered a potential MVP candidate. Well, we got to talk about that.
Hold up, wait until the whole team show up, yeah. I'm in Neverland, can't cry.
So in college football, since 2014, teams that have been up by 25 points have been 0-62. So what Oklahoma just did to Baylor has never been done before. And we also haven't seen a deficit be broken since the Falcons were beating the Patriots 28-3 in the Super Bowl 51 game. And the Patriots were able to come all the way back. And so when I woke up and saw all these tweets, all these reports that Baylor had lost this critical game, my mouth had dropped. I mean, because one, Baylor was 9-0 at the time, and they were looked at as one rank higher than Oklahoma was. And so this was supposed to be a very highly contested game. So when Baylor was able to get up that much by halftime, like when you look at the halftime score, it was 31-10. And Oklahoma was able to come all the way back with all this motivation and make the right plays on both defense and on offense. And Jalen Hurts was able to steamroll down the offense to the end zone multiple times to be able to help them get a 34-31 win. Wow. Watching those highlights was absolutely crazy. And it really showed how versatile and how good of a quarterback Jalen Hurts is able to be. Because after last year, when he was benched for Tua and had to transfer to Oklahoma, nobody really knew what kind of quarterback Jalen Hurts was going to be. And nobody really knew what sort of future he held as being a quarterback in college football. And so now after the season, he's being considered one of the potential candidates for the Heisman Trophy. And now after winning this game is looked at as one of the top candidates to win that trophy. And this has really skyrocketed his draft stock as well, because now teams are looking at a potential Russell Wilson 2.0, a potential, Lamar Jackson 2.0, just because he has that versatility to be able to run the football really well and also be able to throw the ball down the field very well. And you're also able to see he has that sort of leadership and drive and influence on his team to really help them and motivate them to be able to come back to such an amazing comeback like that. And so now to get on to the big topic of, do you think Lamar Jackson should be the MVP? Now, looking back 3 years ago, Lamar Jackson just came back from a Heisman winning performance, and then he went out again with Louisville and totally steamrolled past the college football players with his amazing legs, and you didn't really see that he was able to have very good arm accuracy. And especially in the NFL, you need to be able to throw the ball down the field and very accurately, or then you're just not going to make any sort of plays. And so this is one of the biggest reasons why Lamar Jackson wasn't looked at as one of the top quarterbacks going into the NFL draft when he was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. And it was even suggested that he should maybe switch positions, like to running back, like to wide receiver, just because he has that sort of speed and that sort of athleticism that was shown. But after his first season, he was able to start in front of Joe Flacco halfway through the season, and quite honestly, he looked very uncomfortable and sort of embarrassing during the playoff game against the Chargers. And so a lot of people were thinking, what Lamar Jackson are we going to be seeing in 2019, and is he going to really develop as much as we would hope for him to? And so what everybody was really looking for was his arm to really start to develop and really start working after he was able to get that experience from his first year. And so as we've seen in these last 11 weeks, oh my gosh, defenses can't catch him. Not only when he's on his legs, but also he's able to get the ball down the field like no other quarterback in the league at the moment. And he's able to do what Russell Wilson and what you see Deshaun Watson been doing for the last few years. When they get rushed by the quarterback, they do that little roundabout and find a way and get past the pocket to be able to find that open wide receiver. And he's been doing a great job at that. And even he's been making these circus sort of plays of being able to get out of the tackles, being able to really stiff arm guys who, with any other quarterback, you'd be like, wow, they're down. But You even look at Lamar Jackson's size and his body. You even look at Lamar Jackson's size, and you would think that he would get crushed by these guys and be taken down very easily. But he's no joke, running out there like Ben Roethlisberger used to. He's just getting off tackles everywhere, finding ways to get past his defenders. And I quite honestly think that he is one of the top candidates for the MVP for the NFL this year. So now getting on to the last topic about Mitchell Trubisky. Now, we saw it yesterday that he was benched at the end of the game, and nobody really knew if it was because of his performance or if it was because he got injured. And now it came out this morning that it was because of an injury. But when you look at Mitch's performance throughout the season, he's really been underperforming, and we haven't really seen what we expected out of Mitchell Trubisky, especially going into his third year. You would think after that great season that he had last season to be able to lead the Bears to a playoff season, he just hasn't performed anywhere close to where he did last year. He's really digressed. And you saw it last year, his style of play really sort of changed, and he was running around the pocket. He was able to get past those defenders. He was able to scramble a little bit, and he was really able to have a great connection with Allen Robinson. But you're not really seeing that this season. And it's been talked about a lot on like First Take, different sort of articles that I've been reading, that Mac Nagy has been changing his sort of offensive playbook, and people think that Mitch isn't able to get up to speed with it, and it's really sort of made him change his style of play, and then that has also really not helped his development whatsoever. And so it begs into question, should Mitchell Trubisky be a starting quarterback anymore? Because we saw it yesterday, he was 24 for 43. He only threw 191 yards. Now, when you have 43 attempts, you're not telling me that you're able to get over 200 yards? Like, come on, that's Cody Kessler stuff. Like, I mean, that just shows that he's not able to complete those passes in an NFL game, and how inefficient he's been really begs into question, is this talent on this team being wasted because of the inefficiency in Mitchell Trubisky? And now if we look at his passer rating compared to the other quarterbacks in the NFL, other quarterbacks in the NFL have a 91 passer rating. Mitchell Trubisky is 82. And so when you look at last night, it was down to 60s. And so it's really getting kind of concerning. I've really tried to sort of make excuses for Mitch to my friends about, like, he's gonna find a way. It's each week he's gonna learn a new lesson. But I even made a mistake. I drafted him for my fantasy team, and it really hasn't obviously been working out too great, because he got injured at the start of the season, and now he just hasn't been able to be as productive as I thought he was going to be. And so it really begs into question, should he continue to be the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears? What do you guys think? Put in the comment section below what you guys think. So, before I forget, don't forget to subscribe. I post these weekly reviews every single week, and I'm talking about all the different sports news topics that have been going on throughout the week and giving my opinion. And also don't forget to follow my Instagram and my Twitter. I post on both of those every single day about different sports topics, and I ask for you guys to interact and ask for your sort of opinions. So if you want to follow me on both of those, I'd really appreciate it. So, those are the topics for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please give me a big thumbs up if you do really like these weekend reviews. I love making them. I love to give my opinion about the different sports topics that are going on. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think of each of these topics. Put that down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram and my Twitter. And I will see you guys next week in next week's weekend review. And look for different videos that I'm going to be posting during this week. So, have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.
The bent, that's big views. Boarded the plane, won't be back to Maine. Now I can't camp it with you.